world, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be listening to none other than Samson. This is immigration. We're gonna check the other side of the tracks to see what other people think about the immigration and what's going on in California and around the United States. So this is Samson. You already know, man. He ain't gonna hold back, bro. So we're gonna check this out, see what he's talking about. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's get it.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security.
Yo, Samson ain't been out in a minute either, man. It's been a hot minute, bro, since we seen Samson. And when he got something to say, bro, pay attention, bro. Because 9 times out of 10, man, he be speaking the truth, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Let's go.
If you're illegal, we don't fucking want you here. I don't care if you're brown or if you got blonde hair. I don't care what color you are, it's all the same. If you're as white as Elon or...
He said, I don't care if you're brown or got blonde hair. He said, all y'all gotta go, bro. Hey. Lord have mercy. Let's go, bro. Let's get it. Samson, let's go.
If you're illegal, we don't fucking want you here. I don't care if you're brown or if you got blonde hair. I don't care what color you are, it's all the same. If you're as white as Elon or dark as Cobby Lame, you do it legal. And if you don't, get the fuck out. Rules keep our lives civilized, otherwise we bug out. If
he ain't being biased either. He ain't saying Mexicans, he's saying everybody, bro. He basically saying everybody. He ain't just picking it on one nationality or wherever you want to call it, bro. We all the same though, man. But yeah, man, he ain't picking and choosing, bro. He ain't picking and choosing. He's saying what he's saying.
What color you are, it's all the same. If you're as white as Elon or dark as Cobby Lame, you do it legal. And if you don't, get the fuck out. Rules keep our lives civilized, otherwise we bug out. If we don't vet citizens at the entrances, and it's a recipe for disaster. We can't just let anyone in, that's crazy. They ain't just grabbing random people. They ain't just driving around and packing vans with Latinos. This ain't a haphazard attack on the Latin scene. It's cracking down on those who came through a passage that was illegal. I don't see the issue, and most Mexicans don't either. It's always the younger crowd that's acting so eager. So fuck the kids, ask the parents what they see. If they're immigrants, I almost guarantee they disagree. See, there's no one more proud in this country than those who came to it and did it the legal way and made dough and attained the shit. Then they turn around.
I get it, bro. I get it, man. But it's two sides of the story. We know the other side. And like I said, man, it's no right or wrong thing in this matter, bro. You just have to go through the protocols, man. And he's aiming at y'all because y'all, listen, he's aiming at immigrants because that's the lowest thing on the totem pole right now. He has to. That's the only thing that can, I can't even explain the way I want to explain it, bro. But anyway, man, it is, like I said, it's the lowest person on the totem pole is the immigrants, bro. That's the ones that do all the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? When we as Americans, they say are lazy, don't want to do the work. It ain't because we don't want to do the work. It's because they don't want to pay us for doing the work. So you have to understand that too. You know what I mean? Let's go, bro.
Down and see this protest nonsense. All these posters for folks who didn't go through the process. My father-in-law came to this country with nothing. No money to his name, turned nothing to something. And when he sees these videos of all the sudden destruction, he looks me in the eyes and tells me that he's fucking disgusted. You'll never see him in that crowd. It's just a bunch of kids holding up fuck ice signs, but they don't know what they did. They don't even know who the hell was detained. And if you asked them, I bet they couldn't even tell you their names. It's fucking insane. There's no sense to be had. No thought whatsoever. No direction or path. If you're protesting being sent back to your country, then why the fuck would you be holding up the Mexican flag? Explain it to me, cause really it doesn't make any sense to me.
That's what everybody's saying, bro. That is a kind of a stereotype. I don't know how to feel about that. If they holding up I don't know. If you want to be American, you holding up the Mexican flag. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess I don't know. That's to me. It doesn't matter about the flag. Period. Point blank. That's just my opinion. But everybody feels pride or yeah, like more of a pride thing when they put their flag, on them. So I get it, bro. But me personally, it doesn't really matter, man. What does a flag mean? You have to obey that flag. I mean, what does that mean, bro? You have to understand that. But, you get my concept. Let's go.
Who's the enemy? Your movement perplexes me. That's like breaking out of prison and going straight to the street and holding up a picket sign for the penitentiary. I always been a firm believer in statistics. I always thought the numbers that you see are realistic. But I don't know. After the riots in LA, I think the unemployment rate is way higher than they say. Look at you fucks. Good heavens, Pete's sake. Y'all been out in these streets now for several weeks, man. Y'all just doing it to do it. You don't even care that much. You ain't doing it for the cause. You just there to tear shit up. And what the fuck's with all the white?
That right there, I don't know. Because you have a bunch of people with masks on. So, on both sides. You don't know who's who on both sides. So, they complain about ICE having a mask on, which they have masks on too. And you don't know if those are Mexicans or not. Just saying, bro. It can go both. Like I said, it's no right or wrong with this situation, man. People have to go through these complications because it was always like that when you the low man on the totem pole. If you get my drift now. I can't go too much into details, but it's the same thing that every person that came to America went through. But now they saying, oh, it's a danger to have all these. Well, it's a danger to have us here too. It's killers here. You have to deal with the internal stuff before you can deal with the external stuff, man. You have to deal with the stuff that's inside America before you can deal with the everything else in the country. You know what I mean? And they can't even deal with us yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know.
People up in the mix. My people always gotta have something to fix. Did you ever think for one split second they don't want you there and you're just getting in the way of what they're trying to accomplish here? Don't worry, you don't have to face it alone. If there's a racial issue, we'll make it our own. You think screaming at the cops at the top of your lungs is gonna make them have a change of heart and drop all their guns? Like a scrawny little long-haired bony fucking white dude is gonna say some profound shit to an ICE agent and it's gonna make him change his mind about his occupation. Like, you know what? You're right, this is racist.
I'll get you a job. I'll get you a job, man. I can get you a job. I can get you a good paying job. I can get you a good paying job. Guns don't belong here. Put the gun down. I'll get you a job. You're fucking hired. Please, man.
Look, I ain't heartless. I know that there's a lot of anger and pain this causes. There's a lot of people that did no harm at all. But you gotta understand, dog, the law is the law. And breaking it with good intentions doesn't make it right. You ain't exempt from the consequences. You gotta pay the price. You should have thought twice before you did what you shouldn't. But I'm willing to bet that you knew the risk and you took it. And that's the problem. Why you came here in the first place. The fear of getting caught wasn't as worse as your birthplace. Just food for thought. Instead of trying to elude the law, maybe you should all be trying to solve.
Because it is good people that comes over here that really needs to come over here. And what makes it bad is the ones that comes over here to make $1 or they send y'all send the ones that actually are good people, you know what I'm saying? And send them over here with drugs and everything else and because they got their family. I know what goes on over there, you know what I mean? But it's a trickle down effect when you do stuff like that. It is a trickle down effect, and that's basically what he's talking about, man. It's just a trickle down effect. When you get the people that's bad doing people that's good to do bad, it's a trickle down effect. It hurts everybody. At the end of the day, it hurts everybody, man. It's no good coming from this. No good.
The root cause, why is it our duty to adjust our immigration? We ain't the ones to blame for the function of your nation. Instead of coming here and telling us we need to change, how about you try to start a movement in the country that you came from? I know what you're gonna say, that's a hard sell. Corruption in the government and plus the cartel, those are big issues, something we need to sift and get through. And I'd be more than happy if we helped fix it with you, but not like this. Not by taking down our borders, but by giving you what you need so you can salvage yours. Military support and economic assistance to go to war with the forces that's threatening y'all's existence. It wouldn't be that hard for us to chisel off a piece. Look up a chart, dog. I mean, we've almost given y'all the least. So fuck it, we're already stuck in debt with trillions. So what's it gonna hurt to spend a couple extra billion? Shit, in my eyes, helping our neighbors is critical. I'd rather give you residuals than Ukraine and Israel. We've given them hundreds of billions of dollars each. And you know how much we've given y'all? 3. I ain't saying that you need it or to beg us for it. I'm just saying that we spend a lot and we could lend support. I'm all for helping out the country to the south of us, but politicians never put their money where their mouth is. They always say they care, but they never give a fuck. They just put a band-aid on the cut, but never stitch it up. Even if you make it here, it doesn't change the fact that the rest of your nation remains in chains and trapped. The Mexicans I talk to love their country deeply, even though growing up in that bitch wasn't easy. They're grateful for the opportunity that we provide, but they remember where they came from and they love to see it thrive. So while you're protesting, put that on your piece of paper. You want the US to help you make your country safer, but until then, if you're illegal, you can leave here. You don't want them there, and we don't want them here either.
Controversial. Yeah. People gonna have mixed emotion on this video, but you know, you gotta put things out there, man. I did the one side, now I gotta do this side. So me personally, how I do feel about it, bro, is everybody been through this process that was immigrants that came over here once before, bro. That's all I gotta say. With that being said, I am your host, Ron Uncut 2.0. I'm Each the Guy, and I'm out. Else.